Hey everyone, Hurricane Liz here, and I'm back today, and I'm gonna reveal 5 KDP niches in 5 minutes. Can I do it? We know I got a mouth on me, but can I keep it under 5 minutes? Well, I will say this is the first actual episode of the 5 and 5, and so it's gonna be a little bit longer, only because right at the beginning, I'm gonna give you guys 2 really useful tips that you can use from this point forward when you do your KDP research. And if you sit tight till the end of this, I'm gonna show you a super red hot niche that hardly any people are in, and you could probably pretty much sell books on a day-to-day basis using this actual niche. I'm excited to show you that. I hope you're excited. Now, just remember, this is raw, this is unedited, so I might ramble, I might curse, I might do all sorts of inappropriate things. Thank God you're not watching me when I sleep. We'd have some problems. However, if you like the content, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and I look forward to showing you these 5 niches. So let's go ahead and jump straight in. All right, so before we get started, I wanted to show you 2 quick things here. The first is actually looking up Amazon bestsellers. So I just Googled Amazon bestsellers, and I'm gonna click in there. We are not gonna use the Amazon bestsellers, but I do need to show you where to head over to what we're gonna use. What we're gonna use is we're gonna go into the bestsellers and click on books. And then once inside of the bestsellers for book, we want to pick the category that we want to search. So this is super important. Pay close attention. Most people will use the bestsellers to figure out what's hot right now. And while that's a good idea, particularly to grab your theme. So if you want to know like what niche is hot, like for example, if you want to know that mermaids are hot right now, or dinosaurs are hot right now, or bunnies because we just finished Easter bunnies, then the bestsellers are the right place to go. But if you want to find out what book style is red hot fire, what you want to do is you want to use bookbolt.io in order to find out, use the KDP category finder to find out what exactly is red hot in terms of overall books. So I'll show you what I'm talking about. So if I search activity book, let's say I wanted to make an activity book, then I would need to go over to nonfiction design book, nonfiction activity book, or there's all sorts of different sections we can go in here. So what we need to do is go over here to books, and then I just pick children's books. You can also pick comics. You can pick anything that you would normally pick. Just go to bookbolt.io and figure that out first, and then click into children's books. And now we're in children's books, and we can niche down even further than that. And I'll show you why this is important right now. But let's say we wanted to do arts, crafts, and games. So if I click into that, where we want to go is if we scroll down right here, we want to go for new releases. All right. The reason why we want to go to new releases is because these are brand new books that have just dropped. And these are books that you can see which ones are moving up fast, up in the Kindle rankings or the book rankings. And pretty much that'll give you an idea of what is currently hot. So that's what I wanted to run down for you. Number 1, go into that subcategory. And number 2, it's dependent on what BookBolt says on the category finder. So you can go to all these subcategories. Like for example, if you were doing a dot to dot activity book, then you can put dot to dot here and then see what BookBolt comes back. It'll tell you what subsections to go into, and then you can go into the new releases. So I only went down as far as activity books here, or arts, crafts, and games. I went back one, but you can further go into other stuff like crafts and hobbies, activity books, and so forth. So being able to jump into all these different categories, you can really get an idea and niche it down all the way to the bottom. All right, so the clock starts now. So I'm gonna just jot down things here, and I like this mermaid one, so I'm gonna write that down. And then I've got this magical preschool workbook, so I would jot that down. The sloth kind of stands out to me, but come on, let's be honest. How many sloth coloring books can you stick in a Amazon account? Dinosaurs also stand out. And so all this stuff stands out, but nothing really. Like unicorns overall as a theme would be cool, but this is the first thing that stands out to me. This fashion coloring book is for sure going to be a thumbs up, and I'll show you how we niche that down here in a second. The other thing that I jot is this going outside book. Like I think a lot of people are dying to go outside, so they'd like to see things like that. Trace letters, but it doesn't really stand out. There's plenty of trace letters. Let's see what else. This toddler coloring book for sure stands out, so I'm gonna write down toddler coloring. I think that's a niche that's very simple to actually make toddler coloring books, especially if you're a graphics dummy like me. And going forward and seeing what else there is, these would you rather things stand out right here, but I don't exactly know what they are. Princess Coloring Book stands out. Again, here's another fashion one, which further shows me that I was actually correct. And then here's an adults book. So I think the adults niche is highly underrated, and I think there's a lot of people in it, but do be careful. I do have some in the adults niche and I cursed, so now I can't run ads on those. This one obviously trademark infringing, but here's a mermaid again, and here is another unicorn, which further tells me, yeah, they're good, they're hot, but let's face it, they're probably competitive AF. And here we go, ocean animal search and find. I like the search and find theme. So now it's just about finding the right pictures to put in search and find, maybe fashion search and find, something like that. Big Sister Coloring Book gives me the idea of there's Mother's Day coming up, so there should be something with mom. And I think that would sell red hot because it's kind of like almost a team thing, adult and child doing things together. This animal coloring book by this Modern Kid Press. Modern Kid Press always comes out with red hot things, as well as this joke book. I think joke books are huge and not a lot of people doing them, which I think would do really well. And this one, I just absolutely love this one. This is going to be the slam dunk that we find on here. It is a mommy and me, but the note here, and I want you guys to pay close attention to this. This is like themed for demographic. This is for Black girls, African American girls, and their mom. That's already a huge winner. I can tell you that this is probably going to be a top seller, and there's probably not a lot of competition. And I also love these dot marker ones because I don't think there's that many of them. These are like for the bingo daubers. No, I'm not talking about don't steal your grandma's dauber to make sure your thing works. That's a no-no. Do not take your grandma's dauber. I don't want her coming after me with her cane or whatever it is she's got. And let's see, and that's basically it. So let's jump into, I've got like only a couple minutes. Let's jump into why I like the top ones, the fashion one, anything for adults, dot marker books, search and find, and mommy and me, particularly for African American girls. So I would do something on that entire niche. So I'm gonna go and look for fashion, coloring book, and we're going to try and niche this down as much as we can. Let's try to look, let's should put African. Right now we're going to put African and see what pops up. And 737 results for this. And I think I could definitely find some better keywords, but I mean, this one's selling excellent. So is this one selling pretty darn good, as is this one. There's not a lot of competition. With 737 results, I could just smash this. So it would just be ridiculous. Even those of you guys that have seen my videos here could smash this if you put 2 and 2 together and can actually do this. And I'm a noob. I'm a total noob. I don't know how to actually draw these. I don't know anything about it, but I could definitely come up with something. Like here's another one. Color Me Beautiful, Women of the World. I talked about different demographics. Latinas, Black girls. This looks like a Russian girl that has a hat. And again, it goes to show you how ignorant I am about the entire world. I have hardly left my condo, but that would be my number one go-to. So I will make sure throughout the video I sprinkle in which ones I like, but right there we just found one that could smash it and smash it hard. So if you guys got any questions or comments, I did it in 5 minutes. I was pretty happy with 5 of them that I came up with. And just a quick recap, fashion coloring book, and we've got anything for adults minus the curse words. I talked about how I cannot run ads. The dot marker books are fantastic. The search and find books, which I didn't even actually explain, but what we could do is do one of those, and let me kind of give you an idea of how that would work out. Still, I've got a few minutes, is we would put together some images like this, and we would leave out like, say, these shoes, and then we'd say which one's different. All right, so that's basically it. And then the last one is any type of book for you and your mom. And specifically, I showed you the Mommy and Me, the African American book that's doing fantastic. So that's it for this video. I hope you guys found this useful. Questions and comments below, and let me know how you like this 5 niches in 5 minutes.